Let me compare the Roborock SAROS 10 and the Dreame X50 Ultra RoboVacuum, two of the most technologically advanced and most powerful RoboVacuum systems you can get for your home. Because the technology is not just going to be in the actual unit, it's going to be in the clean station as well as in the software. And remember, in our opinion, the number one criteria to assess if your RoboVacuum is going to be worth the money is going to be, can it finish every session? Because now AI detection is the number one feature for any robot vacuum, even more than suction power, even more than hot air drying or hot water washing, because a lot of them now come with these types of features. What the secret is that if it can avoid cords on your floor, if it can avoid obstacles on your floor, if it can finish every session, and if it can mop your floors without leaving streaks and without leaving it too wet. So let's find out which one is going to be the best for your money. One of the new features the SAROS as well as the Dreame share is going to be that retractable LiDAR, and it's going to be able to retract it and unretract it as it wishes. You notice that on your SAROS it's going to be 3.14 inches tall, while the X50 is 3.5 inches tall, even with the LiDAR retracted fully. I also find because the Roborock comes with something called wide-angle vision modules, which is allowing it to use the LiDAR even though the LiDAR is fully retracted down. It's not going to be the same as when it's up and rotating, but it has similar effects, so it can see better even though the LiDAR is down, making it more flexible when it goes underneath your cabinets at identifying areas that can go under, and is definitely more aggressive at it at the same time. One area where the Dreame will clearly beat out the Roborock is because the ProLEAP system from Dreame, because it's double jointed, can go over obstacles up to 1.65 inches. And I know some people have found that it can go even taller, but in real world applications, because most thresholds are not just going to be straight up and flat, I would say that 1 inch, 1.5 inches is really going to be the maximum as you see here. But it's incredibly effective relative to something like the Roborock, which is coming with the AdaptLift. But I find because the AdaptLift just lifts up your unit, it doesn't have the ability to thrust it forward, so it doesn't go over obstacles unless the obstacle is directly in front of it and it can get a lot of traction with his wheels. So that's going to be the difference if you're thinking about which one is better for thresholds. Definitely it's going to be the Dreame X50 over thresholds. This allows it to look different, but they basically do the same thing. There's going to be a auto soap dispenser between the two. So if I open this and I open the cover here, this has a really nice latch system on the Roborock, and we open up our tops, giving us our clean water tank and our dirty water tank. The same thing for our Roborock there. So as you notice, they both will come with a clean water tank and dirty water tank. It's just going to be, do you want it that are going to be tall and long and big? Well, the Dreame has the larger tanks and they're going to be long and tall. And the Roborocks are going to be fully covered and they're going to be more boxy in design. The Dreame is going to be able to hold more water as well as dirty water. And if we take a closer look at the bag systems, your Dreame X50 will come with the auto soap dispenser or detergent dispenser, as will your Roborock. And then if you take a closer look at both of the dispensers, they're actually going to be very similar. So here is our dispenser for our Dreame X50 here. So this is our dispenser for our Dreame X50. Just open up and add in your detergent. As you can see, we have some detergent already inside. Then you're going to have this, which is going to be on the Dreame. The Dreame is a similar situation. We just add in the solution inside, and it's going to look as such. The locking mechanism, you can see on the Roborock, they've adjusted it so it has like a very nice clip. Close that here, and on your Dreame, this is going to be a panel that just clips right in, and you can secure it into base. So what's also nice about the Roborock is that the hot air drying is not very loud. So compared to even the Dreame X50, I would say the Roborock SAROS 10 has the quietest of all of the hot air drying sessions. So if you are about 10-15 feet away, maybe you're in another room, you won't be able to hear it, and it makes a gentle sound instead of some type of buzzing sound, which you normally get when you have something that's heating up the air. Taking a closer look at their respective base stations, you notice that they're going to be a different design. The Roborock has always been more into this kind of wide Roborock station, while the Dreame has perfected their tall tower design. Next, let's talk about overall vacuum performance here. So we're going to pick up or make a mess for lentils, and this is going to be our Saros 10 up first, picking up the lentils. The thing about the Saros is that because it uses that side brush hole a lot, and it has a lot of suction power, and that it applies a lot of downward force. That means it just sits closer to the floor and tries to press down against it as it vacuums. It was able to pick up the lentils easily, and it was able to pick them with less passes. So when we ran this test repeatedly, and I've been using my Saros 10 here for about 3 weeks, it has been extremely easy and successful on almost all vacuum tasks. It really reminds me of what we got with the iRobot S9. I know the S9 has a lot of other faults, but as a vacuum, it was really good. Next up, let's check out how our X50 does. Because our X50 is going to be also pretty effective, but the X50's benefit is that it's going to be better for edges, and it's going to be better for corner cleaning because its brushes are going to be able to be extended outward. And in many ways, because the Dreame X50 is double jointed, it does sit a little bit taller than the Saros 10 does. And I think that plays a big part in just how quickly or how well the brush roll is picking up things off your floor like debris, because it's just not getting as close or putting as much pressure on the ground as before. Next, let's try to push the test to the maximum by trying it with long hair. And we're going to use hair that's going to be about 11 inches long. And we're just going to space it out on our floor and see which one is going to manage it better. I know that in the initial part of it, once it gets into the brush roll, it's going to be tangled, but the self-untangling is supposed to happen as your unit operates longer. So we're going to see which one actually is going to be able to detangle itself at the same time. In terms of our settings, we put it on Max Plus. We're going to let it do it 2 times, and it has the standard route.
Start vacuuming the selected zones.
So after running the hair test on our Roborock SAROS, we want to see if the brush roll is tangled, and that's after just allowing it to run for about 5 minutes. So is it able to just not get tangled? Now, if you guys see right here, the hair is going to be in the center and it's just picked it up. So we're going to let it run just for another 3 minutes and see, is the claw going to detangle itself, or do you have to manually do it? So after having let our Roborock run for another 10 minutes, let's see if it was able to remove that hair clog. So, and if we turn it around, the hair clog is gone. It doesn't happen right away like you'd see in the demonstration, especially if you have a lot of hair. So what happens is it takes about 10 minutes for your machine to run for it to really cyclone that hair into the center and then have enough suction power that it's going to suck in that hair, so it's going to get go into the dustbin. And I'll show you the outcome inside of the dustbin and what it looks like. So if you open up the dustbin, we take it out, open it, remove the filter, and that is what the hair looks like, but this is going to be the actual tangle. So we'll roll it up, and then it has to have enough suction force that it can suck it through the hole in the corner there. As you can see here, the roller is going to push all this hair through, and it's actually going to remove it. And that's something that is very impressive about your Dreame. So your Dreame is able to pick up and manage this hair, but you can see on the side brush that it did get pretty tangled here. And there are areas where it can get tangled where your wheels are. We're going to see, was it able to remove the hair? And yes, assess. The Dreame was able to unclog itself because of the design of its brush roll and just how it pulls all the hair to one side. So the Saros' side brush is just less likely to get tangled on long hair, and that's because it uses a non-traditional design. So the hair is not going to get stuck inside of or around the side brush as well. And here is our dried coffee. Let's spill some. Now, mopping is where things get more complicated, because for mopping, the Viberize 4.0 mopping system that comes with your Saros 10 is going to be very effective. It's going to be able to apply a ton of pressure because the plate is also very heavy, and the plate is also going to be 26% larger than before, giving it more surface area. It also has those side mop on the sides that are going to be rotating at 220 RPM. And it does a good job removing these coffee stains as well as picking it up. And then the other great thing about it is that it can remove its mop pad, so it doesn't have to necessarily carry that heavy mop pad on your carpet or rugs. But it really has to do that because it doesn't rise that high, not as high as what you get with our spinning pad here with our X50. The X50 is going to have those spinning mop pads, which allows it to do just to have an easier time on cleaning itself faster as well as drying, in my opinion. It's also going to be able to do a very good job mopping back and forth, but because it doesn't get as low, I find that if you're using it on small stains, the Roborock will outperform these spin mop pads. But if you're using it on larger areas and you want to get the corners, because the mop pads for your X50 can extend out, it's going to do a better overall job if you let the mop do its thing. That means you're going to let it run in a complete cycle, let it do a complete grid so it cannot miss any areas, and the spinning brushes are going to do better. But in a shorter session, I really feel like the Saros 10 does a better job, but you have to pick which one is going to be more effective for you and your home. The Roborock will also have a water tank inside so it can add its own water, and it can detect wet stains inside of its AI laboratory mode, which is going to allow it to increase its mop pressure for deeper cleaning. This is again different from what you get with the X50, which is always trying to apply a good amount of pressure on the floor, but because the mop pads are spinning, it just doesn't do the same thing, not the same way as what you get with the Viberize. In terms of the AI navigation, the Dreame is using the AI RGB 3D structure light plus the VersaLift DTOF, and the Roborock is using RGB 3D structure light plus VertiBeam LiDAR. So a very similar setup here. And when you look at the resolution of their front-facing camera, just about 480p like, the Dreame is actually going to be a little bit sharper in the picture. And I think it has more to do with just how the Dreame is identifying obstacles faster and better than what you get with the Roborock. But because the performance now is comparable and the Roborock has better pathing, that means it handles the corners, it handles just orderly rows and just not missing spots on your floor better than your Dreame. I think the Roborock pathing is better. So it's a mixed bag here. Both are going to be good. I would give the AI obstacle detection the win to the Dreame, but I would say that the Roborock is no slouch. It's just that it's not going to identify obstacles as quickly, and sometimes and rarely it will find an obstacle that it doesn't know and it could get stuck. Like if you see in this test here with our X50, we literally have to put 50 things on the floor just to prove our point because it identifies and avoids them all. And that cautiousness allows it to finish every session and it allows it to identify everything, but it's not going to do or be as aggressive as it was before, especially if you compare it to just the Dreame X50 Ultra, which I really consider one of the best robo vacuums to have ever come out, period. So then which one's the best? Well, it's going to come down to your needs. And I'm not going to take the easy way out here. I'm actually going to call the Roborock SAROS 10 better than the X50 Ultra, particularly because the vacuum experience and the performance is better. The clean station is going to be quieter. Both are going to be equally effective at cleaning themselves. Your X50's clean station is going to be better at cleaning itself overall because it's going to use these spinning mop pads. And if you have a lot of kitchen cabinets here and you need a lot of mopping, I would find that the X50 is going to do a better job in all of those areas because the mop pads can get and protrude outwards much further from your Roborock SAROS 10. But if you have a lot of carpet and you have a lot of rugs and you have a lot of pet hair, the SAROS 10 does a better job, I feel, because it is just going to be a more powerful vacuuming experience. And being totally honest, the RoboVac is not going to beat you using a regular Shark Navigator and then mopping it with something like a Tinico S3. And that would only cost you about $500 total. But you would actually have to do it yourself. And that's why you're looking at which unit or which RoboVacuum is the best, which is going to be able to have the most comparable experience that's going to replicate you using a vacuum and you using a wet dry mop. So in this case, the SAROS 10 is going to be the winner. The X50 Ultra made a ton of upgrades in terms of the hardware from the X40, but I just think that the X40's performance is so close and maybe even better than the X50 right now, except for it being able to manage those thresholds, that the X40 Ultra might be the better deal than the X50. Now, the SAROS 10, it is a really awesome RoboVac, probably the best one that Roborock has ever made. So I'm excited to see what's in the future because as the AI obstacle detection systems get closer and closer and the performance of these models get better and better, I think it's going to come down to who's going to be updating their units the best, who's going to have the best warranty, and which ones are going to get the fastest updates to correct any AI issues. So with that, thanks for watching, everybody. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment box below, and please hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help support our channel, and I'll catch you next time. This day with the French Glow, signing off. Bye, bye, bye.